Tuesday, January 18th of 2022, and it's another cold morning. 21 degrees here in Stanford, Kentucky. I am heading to Lexington. There is some spots of black ice, and I think my car is out of alignment, so I need to get an alignment done as well. How do you tell that you're having a bad alignment during winter, icy, wintry conditions? Is when at certain speed you start noticing you start fishtailing. Your back end or front end starts spinning right or to the right and then to the left, right and to the left. That's one way. When the road is clean and the road is somewhat leveled, and when I mean leveled, not leveled from front to back. I'm talking about leveled from right to left, because most of the roads are kind of curved to the right for the water to run up. And if your steering wheel is not driving straight, it is pointing a little bit to the left or to the right, issue with your alignment. Possible too. Third possibility to check with vehicle alignment is after your rotation of the tires have been done and you have driven at least 3,000 miles, go to the tire and look for inside of the tire and outside of the tire of the thread, and see if there, as you move your fingers back and forth on the tire on inside and outside of the thread, and if you feel like one way is going smooth, another way is not going smooth, like as if one way you're kind of sliding right over and the opposite way is kind of like it's trying to catch you, here's another indication of alignment issue in your vehicle. Now, when you have completed an alignment, you need about 5 to 10,000 miles to drive before those, like I'm saying, those catching things will go away. Depends how deep they are. So that's another way. Again, if you have a heavy vehicle like an SUV or a truck, might not be the accurate way of verifying your alignment, since those heavier vehicles have a tendency to create that during churn, those barks that I'm talking about. So, and the final way is take it to alignment shop and have them check it. Make sure they bring the alignment to as close to zeros as possible. They don't just bring it into the edge of the valley and say it's cool. Tell them, hey, I want you guys to do 100%. And the only guys that are doing 100%, the best alignment possibly, is the guys that actually give you 1, 2, or 3 year warranty. And you can buy those warranties. Because then they bring it into the middle as close as possible, so you don't have to come back as often to them and complain, oh, my vehicle that feels like it's out of alignment. Those that don't do that accuracy, they just try to bring into the green and not focus on the dead zero. So I do apologize if I kind of went into off topic here, but this is winter driving, and right now is winter, and some of this information might be helpful to someone, making sure they can get their vehicle into best condition. So when they do drive down the highway, they minimize the risk of starting a fishtail, which will result into a spin out. Now, topic of the day. It's cold. No, that's not the topic of the day. But guys, it is cold. 21 degrees. That's really, really cold. And I'm heading to Lexington, and Lexington usually gets more snow than we do, even though the mileage difference is only 50 miles. But the weather-wise can be a huge difference. We might actually have just a rain where I live, and in Lexington it might snow all day. That's how big of a difference in weather might be. So, I'm starting to get warm finally a little. So the topic of the day, and the topic is something we can do about it. How many of you willing to do something about it? It's up to you. I'm kind of tired to call DoorDash, and first and second, since I started the road on working on creating an app, right now I am also a competition. So for me, contacting DoorDash on any of these issues, kind of not sure how much that it even makes sense. So the issue is, if you guys watch my episode 20 of DoorDash, if not, you guys want to go back and watch it. I discovered a couple months ago an issue on DoorDash on a Crackle Barrel where it was showing an accurate time for driver pickup. It was showing actually promise time or delivery time, depends how you guys understand, because the restaurants, they're saying this is a promise time. Of course, somebody at corporate, most likely at the Crackle Barrel, decided to give their restaurants more time, reducing the penalty fees by saying, hey, but on our end it said pickup time, when truly it's a promise time to customer. That is when the food will be at customer's door. So places like Crackle Barrel and other places, they don't care. They get extra time prepared, so they taking advantage of that extra time and prepping the food to that pickup time, which is actually promise time. Because of that promise time, which they read as a pickup time, it creates an issue. We arrive maybe 5 minutes early, hoping for the food to be ready, and turns out to be we have to wait another 15, 20 minutes, maybe 25, 30 minutes until they get it ready, because they have time. If you go back and watch my episode 20, you guys actually will hear, I believe I covered how actually a manager at the restaurant argued with me that she doesn't care. It's a pickup time and she won't do it anything differently, and that is how it's going to be. Because she has extra time and she loves it and she enjoys it that her employees have that extra time. Lately, on I forgot the name of the program. Let me see if I can. Not Discord. Rumble. No. Rodit. I've been reading. It's not just at Crackle Barrel that we had an issue. We're having issue across the board. We're having issues at certain Chipotles, Applebee's. Pretty much all those major corporate accounts, all of these accounts starting to have an issue. And right now the question becomes, is DoorDash sending the wrong message to those stores, to those accounts? Or corporate is buying extra time to those restaurants by sending a wrong information to those restaurants? Now, I'll tell you guys one thing. If you guys call corporate, I doubt you guys will get any special treatment by solving this problem. I tried. I called and I gave him so much of advices, and end of the day, I have no special treatment. So my question becomes, who is the person that actually going to call in and say, hey, you're having problem across the whole board, across the country, through, let's say, 30% of the restaurants getting a wrong pickup time on their platform, on their receipt. Man, I don't like this. Some spots are just pure ice. So yeah, that is a problem. If you guys want to go in more in detail, go ahead, watch the episode 20. But simply is they're pulling a promise time or delivery time, which is delivery time is about 3 to 4 minutes earlier than the promise time, guys. You kind of, with the Crackle Bear, kind of been looking at the information, and the information for delivery time was about 4 minutes later than it showed on my, pickup time. It showed about 4 minutes later than on my phone delivery time. So that is where some of you might think, oh, we're getting that extra, we're not getting penalized until 5 minutes later if we are late to the customer. And here's the reason why. Because you have not triggered promise time yet. That's when you trigger the promise time, is when DoorDash start sending you a warning that that you were late to the customer because you went past that promise time, which was 5 minutes later than, about 4 minutes later than your delivery time on your phone showed. So if you have the special restaurant, and I think this information needs to go spread like wildfire across the drivers that are driving. But if you have the favorite restaurant and you hate it that they are 10, 20, 30 minutes late every time you come in to pick up the order, you can solve that problem by taking the image of the receipt from the restaurant where it shows pickup time. Take a screenshot on your phone where it shows pickup time as well as delivery time, which you can do that by clicking, I believe, on another question. The delivery information on the top right corner on DoorDash, where it shows you, the restaurant pickup, delivery, especially if you have two orders, then you have 2 pickups and 2 drop-offs. Yeah, you want to take a screen of that page, call into DoorDash and say, hey, if you want to reference me, you guys are welcome to. Tell them, hey, a couple months ago, a Slavic called in and talked about an issue with in Danville, Kentucky. We have the same issue here with this restaurant. If ask them to for them to send you a link where you can upload the 2 images. Usually they'll email you and you can upload and send those 2 images through an email. From there, you can explain them that based on the images they'll see it in front of them, that the promise time is shown as pickup time on the restaurant end, and that needs to be fixed. And to fix that means information that are being sent from DoorDash is inaccurate to the corporate, and then corporate sends it to the restaurant, and that needs to be fixed. And possibly it's on a corporate side that needs to be fixed, since corporate usually are the ones that created kind of a program between DoorDash and their stores, so it shows up on their POS, and they're pulling the wrong information for the pickup time. So that is the way to kind of help customer service understand where possibly the mistake is coming from, and then they'll forward it to the higher management, and then from the higher management we'll forward it to programmers, as well as contact the corporate side of it. And be kind of nice if you guys could mention that it's not just happening on this store only. You guys are hearing complaints across the country from the different stores. I don't want to say that I might be here wrong, but there's a possibility that when they fix the Crackle Barrel, instead of calling the corporate and resolving on a corporate side, they actually changed the database column name. And when they did that, the information started coming wrong to other restaurants that before it was not an issue. Because how else would people start noticing this if this right now, but not noticing this before, if before was it was just as bad. So guys, definitely those that want to get that restaurant fixed, guys, call the DoorDash, and most likely they'll understand and get it fixed. They have fixed the Crackle Barrel that I called them about, but I don't feel like I want to call again, especially since now I'm in a compete situation with DoorDash. Be blessed, be successful, go out and make the money. If it's safe, if it's not safe, and like I said in one of the comments, there is no money in the world that can make it worthwhile for you to go out and get yourself into an accident. I don't know, maybe I'm that lucky, but that accident that happened over 10 years ago with a semi-truck on a icy, snowy day heading to Seattle, I still have problems. That's where majority of my headaches are coming from. My back pain, my cramps, because of the disc is pinching the nerve, neck problem. It just doesn't go away, guys. It's just something that if you mess up your spine, you will be dealing with it for the rest of your life. There are some people that actually pains do go away and they feel great, but that's only few. Majority of people don't feel the same, and they never will feel the same after an accident, and it's just not worth it. So guys, be safe, be smart, be wise. If it's safe, go out, make the money. If it's not, then spend your time with the family, because when it's gonna be safe, you'll want to actually go out and make those money and say, honey, I need to go make the money that I missed out on. So pretty much kind of like a rain check, you're gonna swap the days. I was with you guys when it was not safe. Now I need to go out and make some money to compensate for that. Be blessed, guys, and enjoy. And I'm gonna check if there's any. Nope, no comments. See you guys later on tonight. Hopefully I'll get to Lexington and it is gonna be safe to drive.